Chris Krimitsos here with Live Event Profits. Today I want to talk about masterminds. Now, a lot of people know what they are and a lot of people don't know what they are. A mastermind, the concept was popularized by Napoleon Hill in the book Think and Grow Rich. And he would talk about how he would actually sit at the table with some of the greatest thought leaders. He would play it out in his head and he would have conversations with them and mastermind out solutions. So the way it plays out in modern day is there's people that create what's called peer-to-peer groups, where you bring a group of your peers to literally put something up for brainstorming or feedback, and people will mastermind out solutions. So I want to just go over the different kinds of masterminds, because I think a lot of people don't really understand what a mastermind really is. So you need a facilitator. That is a person that facilitates the experience of a mastermind. That's a person that keeps it on track. That's a person that makes sure it doesn't go into any negative territory. And also it polices any behavior that is not conducive to people brainstorming out ideas, and make sure that it stays positive and forward thinking. You also need to understand, like, what kind of mastermind do you want? Do you want a peer-to-peer mastermind? A peer-to-peer mastermind is usually people that are in the same area of growth. So you might have people that have employees. They would be in a mastermind together because they tend to have the same challenges and they could help each other along the way up. You might have mastermind that is just solopreneurs. That's a group of people that literally don't want employees, and their challenges are how to deal with contractors and to leverage everything without having employees. Now, all too often I see people do what's called a coaching group, and they call it a mastermind. A coaching group is when you're the expert, you sold people into this group, and you're calling it a mastermind, and you're literally just answering people's questions. And I want to be very clear, that is good, but that's not a mastermind. So you probably want to call that a coaching Q&A, coaching corner. But a mastermind in its purest sense is a group of people giving each other feedback around challenges that they're having, helping them break through for personal growth. Now, the kind of mastermind that I'm a big fan of is what's called an accountability mastermind. And that's one where people put something up that they want help with. Then they set accountability goals. There's usually 30-day goal setting, and then they put up something that they're willing to give up if they don't meet their goals, and they hold themselves accountable. And at the end, they sign off on that sheet, and it's a promissory note to them in that group. So on that one, you really have to, as a facilitator, police that they are doing what they're saying they're going to do. Now, you could have your mastermind live in person, or you could have it through the internet through tools like Zoom. I've done, for the most part, my masterminds live in person, and they've been phenomenal. I like to facilitate, and I've also trained other facilitators on how to facilitate the experience, and that's a really big thing. So anyways, that's kind of... And then the other mastermind that I've been part of is what's called an experience share. And it's a mastermind where people don't tell you what to do or how to do it, but they share their experience, first-hand experience, and what they learned from that experience. And then it's almost like pure therapy. You listen to it and then figure out what you need to do for yourself, but you're able to learn from the experience of the whole group. So there's a lot of different things and a lot of different ways to structure a mastermind. So that's for this episode of what is a mastermind. In its basic form, those are the different definitions of a mastermind. And there's other variations, but for the most part, when I talk about a mastermind, it's either a peer-to-peer group, it's an accountability group, or it's what we call an experience share group. So that's it for today's episode on masterminds. I'm Chris Krimitsos for Live Event Profits, signing over and out.